People born from the 1970s to the early 2000s have experienced vastly different upbringings, shaped by the technology, culture, and societal norms of their time. In this video, we are going to discuss the difference in people who are born in different generation. Born in the 1970s, these individuals grew up in an analog world. Their childhoods were filled with outdoor play, face-to-face socializing, and limited access to technology. Landline phones, handwritten letters, and physical maps were essential tools. They saw the rise of personal computers, arcade games, and the transition from vinyl records to cassette tapes. As adults, they adapted to the internet and mobile phones, but often have a strong appreciation for a pre-digital way of life. Born in the 1980s, this generation straddles the line between analog and digital. They had childhoods filled with VHS tapes, early video game consoles, iTunes, and cassette Walkmans. They were teenagers or young adults when the internet became mainstream, experiencing the transition from dial-up to broadband. Socially, they grew up before social media, but adapted quickly in the 2000s. Many remember a time before constant connectivity, but embraced technology as it evolved. Born in the 1990s, these individuals had a mixed experience, part analog, part digital. They remember playing outside but also spending hours on early computers with floppy disks and dial-up internet. Many grew up with PlayStation, MSN Messenger, and the shift from CD to MP3 players. As teenagers, they experienced the boom of social media, MySpace, Facebook, and later Instagram, the rise of smartphones, and the switch from cable TV to streaming. They understand both the pre-digital world and the fast-paced, always online culture of today. Born in the early 2000s, these are the true digital natives. They never knew a world without the internet, smartphones, and social media. From a young age, they had access to YouTube, streaming services, and touchscreen devices. Their communication is heavily digital, with texting, memes, and video calls being second nature. Social norms have been shaped by instant information, online activism, and the blending of virtual and real-life experiences. They are highly adaptive to new technology, but may have less experience with offline and structured socialization. Key differences: technology exposure. 70s born had minimal tech as kids, 80s born saw its rise, 90s born balanced both worlds, and 2000s born were fully immersed. Social interaction. Older generations had more in-person communication, while younger ones rely heavily on digital interaction. Media consumption. 70s and 80s grew up with TV and physical media, 90s transitioned to digital, and 2000s embrace on-demand content. Cultural identity. Each group relates differently to nostalgia, work-life balance, and technological changes, shaping how they navigate the world today. Born in the 1970s. People born in the 1970s grew up in a time when life was simpler and personal connections were more meaningful. They had childhoods filled with outdoor play, phone calls on landlines, and patience because things weren't instant. They developed strong interpersonal skills and resilience since they didn't rely on technology to solve problems. They also had the advantage of experiencing life before and after the digital boom, which makes them adaptable in some ways. However, because they didn't grow up with today's technology, some struggle to keep up with rapid changes. They might find modern communication styles, like texting and social media, less personal or even overwhelming. Some also hold on to traditional ways of working and living, which can make adjusting to newer trends, like remote work or digital business, more challenging. Born in the 1980s. People from the 1980s had the best of both worlds. They remember life before the internet, but were young enough to embrace it as it evolved. They learned how to use early computers, experienced the excitement of the first video games, and saw the rise of social media from its infancy. Because of this, they are usually adaptable and can easily connect with both older and younger generations. They also tend to have strong problem-solving skills since they grew up in a time when information wasn't always instantly available. On the downside, some struggle with balancing nostalgia and modern life. They may long for the good old days and resist certain digital trends, like the constant presence of social media. Many also grew up with the belief that hard work and stability were key to success, that the evolving job market has made that idea more complicated, leading to stress and burnout. Born in the 1990s. People born in the 1990s experienced a unique transition from an analog world to a digital one. They played outside as kids, have also spent hours on early computers, listening to CDs, and using dial-up internet. They were teenagers when social media exploded, meaning they learned both traditional and digital ways of socializing. Because of this, they are highly adaptable and comfortable with technology while still remembering life before smartphones dominated everything. However, they also face challenges. Since they grew up in the middle of a changing world, they sometimes feel stuck between different mindsets, traditional values, and modern expectations. Many also entered adulthood during economic uncertainty, making it harder to follow the traditional career path their parents did. Some struggle with the overwhelming pace of modern digital life, especially as social media and constant connectivity have become the norm. Born in the early 2000s. Those born in the early 2000s are true digital natives. They've never known a world without smartphones, the internet, or on-demand entertainment. Because of this, they are highly tech-savvy, quick learners, and comfortable navigating the digital world. They are also more open-minded about social change and global issues, as they've grown up in an era of instant access to information and diverse perspectives. On the flip side, this generation often struggles with attention spans and over-reliance on technology. Social media has shaped much of their communication, which can sometimes make real-life interactions feel awkward or less natural. The pressure of always being connected can also lead to stress, comparison, and anxiety. Additionally, they've grown up in a time of constant change, which can make long-term planning feel uncertain or overwhelming. Pros of current and future generations: unmatched tech savviness. These generations will be surrounded by AI, automation, and smart technology from birth. They will naturally understand how to navigate digital spaces, solve problems using technology, and adapt to rapid changes. Access to unlimited knowledge. With AI-powered assistance, immersive learning, and real-time global connections, they will have more opportunities to learn and innovate than any generation before them. Traditional schooling may evolve into personalized, adaptive education, making learning more efficient and engaging. More inclusive and open-minded. Growing up in an increasingly diverse and interconnected world will likely make them more accepting of different cultures, lifestyles, and ideas. They may place a stronger emphasis on equality, sustainability, and ethical responsibility. Stronger digital creativity. With tools like virtual reality, AI-generated art, and advanced content creation software, they will have endless ways to express themselves and create new forms of entertainment, storytelling, and problem-solving. Efficiency and convenience. Automation, smart cities, and AI-driven assistants will make daily life more convenient, reducing the time spent on mundane tasks and allowing for greater focus on personal growth, creativity, and experiences. Cons of current and future generations: over-reliance on technology. With AI handling so many aspects of life, future generations may struggle with basic problem-solving, critical thinking, and real-world independence. If everything is automated, there's a risk of losing certain fundamental skills. Weaker social skills and emotional connection. As communication shifts even more into digital and virtual spaces, face-to-face interactions may become less common. This could lead to struggles with emotional intelligence, deep human connections, and real-world communication skills. Shorter attention spans and instant gratification. Growing up with instant access to information and entertainment may make patience and deep focus harder to develop. They might find it difficult to stick with long-term goals or engage in tasks that require sustained effort. Mental health challenges. While technology can bring convenience, it can also contribute to increased stress, anxiety, and identity struggles. The pressure of always being connected, maintaining an online presence, and keeping up with rapidly changing trends may create new mental health challenges. Uncertainty about the future. The world is evolving so quickly that long-term stability may be harder to achieve. Careers, industries, and even societal norms may shift at an unprecedented pace, making it difficult for these generations to plan for the future with confidence. In conclusion, each generation, from those born in the 1970s through to the current and future generations, has been shaped by the unique technological, cultural, and societal changes of its time. People born in the 1970s experienced a world of simplicity and face-to-face interactions, developing resilience and strong interpersonal skills. The 1980s saw the rise of personal computing and video games, producing adaptable, tech-savvy individuals to bridge the gap between older and younger generations. The 1990s brought about the digital shift, where people had one foot in the analog world and another in the emerging digital one, creating a generation comfortable with technology, but still familiar with traditional norms. For those born in the early 2000s, they are true digital natives, surrounded by instant information and constant connectivity. While they are highly adaptable and open-minded, the challenge lies in maintaining real-world connections and managing the pressures of a constantly connected world. Looking ahead, the current and future generations will be even more immersed in technology, from AI to virtual reality. These generations will likely be extremely tech-savvy, with access to endless information and creative tools, fostering innovation and inclusivity. However, there are significant concerns such as over-reliance on technology, potential challenges with social skills, shorter attention spans, and the psychological impacts of living in a fast-paced, always-on world. Each generation has strengths that contribute to shaping society, but they also face unique struggles, especially adapting to the rapid pace of technological and social change. Ultimately, the key challenge for all generations is finding balance, leveraging the benefits of modern advancements while staying connected to the human elements of patience, emotional intelligence, and real-world problem-solving. The future holds tremendous potential, and how the current and future generations navigate the evolving landscape will determine the kind of world they build. Which generation are you born? Do you agree with the above? Let me know in the comments below. Remember to like, share and subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching.